All right. Links. Okay. Hey, good morning, Whizbang. Thanks, bud. I'm just trying to figure out how to do all this and. Thanks, bud. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, and I guess I have to mute my other stream. There we go. You can tell I'm a live streaming pro, huh? Okay. I have no idea how to invite people to the stream. Don't know how that works. Well, appreciate you hanging out with me, Whizbang. Old hits from last night. Okay. Oh, invite people. Oh, here we go. Well, that's handy. Morning, Ken Act of Kindness. What's up, bud? All right, I'm just going to throw the link. Yeah, teach me, Sensei. Yeah, right. I can teach you how to do a good AugUK, but when it comes to Google Live streaming, total noob here, bud. Anyway, there's the link. If anybody wants to try popping in for a minute just to say hi, you're welcome to come on. I'm not going to stay on too long. I just wanted to test this and basically just try out inviting people and see how it worked. Because I ain't never done it before. What's up, Steve Pulsar? Hey, big fish. What's happening? Now, you know what I should do? Probably could get one of my old videos or something running until people get on here. So you're not just looking at my ugly mug. Oh, you can't find the link? If you just scroll up, bud, it should be there. What's up, Ralph Strucken? How's it going, buddy? Just doing a little test stream there, pal. Just trying things out. Have no clue what I'm doing, so it should be exciting. Oh yeah, okay, hold on. Live stream content. Oh, thanks, Big Fish. Let's see if this works. Well, there we go. Until you guys pop in, there's entertainment. I don't know if that's showing up for you guys full screen or what, but actually, that's what I'll do. I'll check my main page and see how it's showing up. Oh, no link? Hold on. Let me post it again. There. Try that, Ken. Well, there. Okay. Now I know how that works. That's interesting. There's Ken. What's up, man?
You see me now?
I see you now. I see a little picture. Oh, there you are. What's up, bud?
I switched shirts even for you.
Oh, man. This is serious.
That's an honor. That's an honor. 6 a.m.
Well, you know what? You were my first live stream guest ever. Ever.
That's congratulations. I don't know how to do it yet.
Hey, man. Thanks. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's early here too. It's only 7 a.m. But nobody was live streaming, and I thought this is a perfect time to test this stuff out.
Good practice.
Yeah.
I'm in Minnesota, by the way.
Minnesota. Oh, beautiful state. I'm up here in Ottawa.
Canada.
Yeah, about 2 hours north of Syracuse.
Yeah. After China and Russia bomb us, you can swoop in.
Yeah, we'll swoop in with our 200 troops and 5 planes and 3 ships. We'll save the day, sir.
But you get nicer people.
I think all that stuff's a myth now. Canadians
Really?
we're really basically, like I lived in the States for 10 years. I lived down there for quite a while. So I don't know. I think the people are getting pretty much the same. There's so much cross-border travel and, kind of cross-cultural contact with, television and books and everything that we're pretty much the same now. Maybe slightly different accents. Money's a little bit different color, but, otherwise.
Yeah, when the big merge comes, when you have the Amera Euro.
Yeah. Oh, I fully expect that in the next 50 years, we'll probably be the 51st state. Because once the Arctic opens up, the Russians and the Chinese are going to be very interested in that Arctic territory, and Canada doesn't have the manpower or weapons and stuff to defend it, commercially. So I have a feeling that we'll be joined. But yeah, interesting days. PEI. Oh, Big Fish. I remember you. You know my Uncle Brian on the fire department there in O'Leary.
Trying to get my camera's too low. Shows my double chin. I like to have it higher.
Yeah, I know. I try to hide mine. That's why I got the beard.
I gotta work out my command center. This is the third one I've been on with a bunch of Filipino girls the first time, or the second time. Then with the fly boys, the drone guys.
Oh yeah,
first time.
Cool. Yeah, well, I've never had anybody on before. This is very cool.
Rodney Bell.
Yep. Speaking of, There's the sacred Rodney Bell Grail mug.
Oh, that's right.
That's mug, man.
He's the first one taught me. He had five on at the same time, world record.
Oh, he had 5 people on?
Yeah.
Wow. Now I think you can go up to 10. Roger at the Canadian Drone Hub had God, I think he had 9 in one day. That was a busy panel, I tell you.
He must have been awarded a scepter for being king.
Oh, well, they call him the Quad Father, right? Yeah.
It's really
the Pope.
I want a drone for my son, so I don't want. I got a brain injury, so he can fly it for me, and I'll just steal the film.
I think that's really cool.
He's 16 and 6'2". I really look up to him. I'm only 5'10".
Well, I'm 5'9" and my son is 5'10", so I look up to him a little bit.
In high school, I was 6 foot tall. I'm shrinking.
Yeah,
I'm working on shrinking this way.
Literally shrunk an inch. But
I want to shrink width-wise and not height.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
I'm down 130.
Well, that's good.
130 pounds.
That's good.
People ask how you did it. I said M&M's, buffet, and ice cream. And then one secret that no one knows about. I prayed. My wife grabbed my stomach, which needed a high chair. She goes, "Be gone in Jesus' name." And then it shrunk down in 1 year, like 100. Poof.
Wow.
Like what?
Hey, if it works for you, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I can't beat that. And then got a free gym membership with my disability. They call me. What company calls you and say, "Hey, we want to sponsor your gym membership"? Sounds good to me.
Absolutely.
It's just like 200 feet to the west. I can walk there.
That's excellent. Yeah, I think drones are an amazing thing for people with disabilities. I've got 2 artificial hips, so there's places I can't go anymore that I used to go as a young guy. But with the drone, I can get up and see them now. I can get to those mountaintops. I can get to those cliffs that I used to climb, but now I can't. So, yeah, they're pretty amazing.
With the hips, they work, or they painful, or they grind. What artificial hips? New to me.
So there were these little spurs. It was something called femur acetabular impingement syndrome. Yeah, try to repeat that. Anyway, basically, it was just a genetic disorder. And so as I got older, this thing cropped up in my 40s, and I had to have them both replaced. So now they're not too bad. One, I still got nerve pain and stuff, but overall better than they were. That's for sure. Yeah, I can walk fine. I can hike. I can't run anymore. I can't jump or do anything impactful like that.
You're welcome at any pool. Walk, don't run.
Well, exactly.
What's behind you there? Looks like deer hunter on the.
Hey, and if anyone wants to join, the link is in the chat there. This is a wide open stream today. Come on in and make some noise with us. Say good morning. I'm only going to be on a maximum till 9 o'clock when Canadian Drone Hub gets on, but I just figured I'd get on here and see what's what. Big Fish is saying ground in maple syrup.
Yeah, join us, Big Fish.
Now, how's the weather out on West Point there, Big Fish? Now, Big Fish is from where my mother's from, on an island in eastern Canada called Prince Edward Island. Absolutely beautiful place.
Prince Edward, where's that?
One of the royals from back in the day.
I'm in Sandstone, 55072 zip code. It's like a resort, not a resort. It's like a rural area. Walmart's like 32 miles away.
Ooh. Yeah, been a while since I've been to Minnesota. I think I was in Minneapolis in 96, maybe. Went to a conference or something there and got to see a baseball game.
It snowed here a couple of days ago, maybe 4 days ago. It's like, that was weird. First May snow I can remember.
Ours has just gone away last week. I actually got out boating yesterday, which was kind of fun.
Oh, nice.
But we still get snow through May. Let's see, June, July, August. Do we ever get snow in September? Possibly. Really, there's only 3 or 4 months here that we don't get snow. Not that we have it all the time, but that there's never snowfall in those 3 months. Otherwise, there is. Because I remember my son was born mid-May, and there was snow after his birthday.
Ottawa is it Winnipeg in Ottawa, or is that a different place?
No, you know where Syracuse, New York is?
Yes.
We're about 2-3 hours directly north of Syracuse.
Ah, okay, other side. Okay.
Yeah, just up Highway 81.
Okay.
When I lived in Virginia, it was just a nice straight shot right from Syracuse or Watertown all the way down to basically to the 66.
I've never been over the East Coast. All I can think is crowded and lots of traffic in my mind. That was true or false.
You're not wrong there. There was a lot of traffic. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Big Fish, man. Ouch.
No way. Holy
You should be
smokes.
healed up for the lobster season, though, I would imagine, if this just happened now. At least I hope so.
Was it just a fracture or did it snap? The whole.
Goodness.
That's freaky. Like,
I've never actually had a real break. One fracture in my foot when I was a kid, but otherwise, nothing ever broken, I guess.
well, a couple of years ago, I was in the library and then they moved some stool in the way, and I couldn't catch myself. My leg bounced off the stool and bent backwards like a movie kiss, just bent. And so I felt like a ton of bricks, and I went like a German Hitler. Snap, crack, and then I went to the emergency room. They just whisked me out. Didn't do nothing for me.
Oh no!
They gave me a sling, and here's some medication, but they wouldn't take me to the pharmacy because I'm disoriented.
Yeah.
Continuous pain. So I went over to Vern's house, and I said, "Heal me," and Vern goes, "Heal in Jesus' name." Boom. The X-ray showed bone off. I said, "Take another X-ray." Bone on. I said, "Take that." I said, "I got the ultimate healer." That was like fat. I like proof. See, you talk about it like, "Oh, it's your fantasy or you're crazy." I got X-ray on, X-ray off. So it's like, okay, I got that on my computer saved in 3 different spots. So that was pretty miraculous. So I pray for your leg to be healed, Big Fish. So a lot of miracles here. My wife is Filipino. I'm too poor to have her here, but she's here on a 10-year green card. Been to the Philippines 3 times. Can't afford to go. So there's a lot of things happen to me that are good. So I'm happy for that. So.
Well, that's good. Yeah, Art Carlson's got a girlfriend in the Philippines too. My best friend growing up was Filipino, so I learned a little Tagalog and a little Ilukan and stuff when.
I'm almost first grade.
Oh yeah, you're taking it seriously, like studying.
Yeah, I guess that kid's song. This is my ulo. This is my kamay. This is my pa. So I got a few words, mostly nouns. I'm learning verbs. So.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised that more married couples that have different languages don't learn each other's languages. They don't always do that, and I think it's a respectful thing, right?
That's the word I was headed for. It's out of respect.
Exactly.
It's fun to keep her attached. I'm not stealing her away from her country. I want to be enhanced. I bring something to the table. She brings something to the table. So
there you go.
And then the attorney goes. She didn't like what I did. I gave her power of attorney, and she gave me power of attorney. Something happened to me, and then he worried about her fleecing me. I said, "Well, I searched 12,000 women, 16 countries, 9 languages, and the voice of God comes in a room and tells me, 'Give her a chance.'" Big deep voice, and I proposed 4 hours later. So, and she don't supposed to be here because I can't afford to be here. So miracle after miracle. I says my ex stole 1.8 million with my mom. So I don't care. I don't care about money and things. So she really loves me and cares for me, and I love and care for her. It's like a connection. She died and come back. I died and come back. That's our connection. So we
Cool.
know heaven's for real. So it's very powerful.
Good for you. I hope that works out well for you. I've been married 27 years, very happily. Lucky to
Congratulations.
find one.
Yeah, it's 4 years. Big search, almost gave up.
Yeah. I don't envy kids today. All the digital stuff. I mean, it's a blessing in one way in that you can screen out, potential
Right,
partners and whatnot. But by the same token, you've got so much information out on yourself that may not be flattering or that could be seen in the
right.
wrong light. It's just kind of dangerous, digitally dangerous, right?
I hear you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told my son, don't get a phone, but he got a phone anyway. I said, now they'll track you the rest of your life. What
Yeah,
you buy, where you been, because they track your. It's just computerized.
yeah. I'm starting to not inevitability anymore. Like the way things are going, it's like a steamroller. You're you can stand in the way, but you're just going to get flattened because
Right.
everything's becoming interconnected. Now, I'm still not going to put one of those Alexas or Dots in my house because
Oh,
I
that's
think
scary.
that's a huge breach, a huge security breach. So we're going to leave that alone.
I got my Chinese outside security camera. It
Yeah.
comes, the microphone and the thing comes on by itself. It's Chinese. I just wondering, like, is it LinkedIn? Do they turn it on? I want an internal password change, but I can't find out because it comes with an internal password. If you know the model and number, or you have a series, a frequency, you can get in. But it's usually law enforcement or government
Yeah.
agencies. But
Yeah.
uh, I want a drone. I want a drone on me 24/7. So uh, all this stuff that happens around me is like innocent,
Well,
innocent.
having worked in tech for 20 years, I know how easy things are to hack and manipulate. So that's why I have those things around. And on my computer, I've got a router and I've got security and I've got a hardware router as well as a software router table. So that I have that little extra layer of protection.
Do you know about there's a VPN?
I use a VPN as well. Yep,
Okay,
absolutely.
because I just found that out like a few days ago. Ghost VPN. This is like,
Yeah.
what's that really? What's it do?
Well, essentially, what it does is it encrypts your connection so that it makes it harder to
Oh,
hack. It makes it pretty much impossible to hack. Um, unless you're somebody like the NSA with computing power that's astronomical.
does it
Nobody.
slow you down or interfere with
It
operations or
slows
anything?
things down a little bit, not too much, but I mean, it's got to encode the stream, right? So there's
Okay.
processing power that has to take place there, but it also makes it so that people don't know necessarily what country you're in. You can
Okay.
assign an IP address from any different country, so you can look like you're in Indonesia or Amsterdam or
Cool.
Canada or whatever. Now, the benefit of that is not to play any tricks. It's just so that if somebody's trying to find you and do like one of those swatting things, well, they don't
Right.
know exactly where you are because the VPN protects you from that, right?
Yeah. I've
So
been
that's how.
attempted and hacked and accessed and everything, but I got some safeguards and stuff. But like, I never heard of VPN until a couple days ago. It sounds pretty good. What do you use?
I use a service called Private Internet Access.
Private internet
Yeah,
access.
it's about $40 a year. I've used it for about 4 years now. Very happy with it. Works perfectly.
You
Um,
monthly or all at once?
oh, actually, I think I pay by the year. So yeah, it's $40 a year. It's a one-time deal.
Okay, maybe next month I'll throw that on. Private internet access. Okay,
Yeah.
try it.
Now, the other thing you can use it for is if you are downloading, like pirating content, they don't see what you're pirating. They can't see
Oh,
what's in that stream. So if you're downloading a movie or song or whatever, the
yeah,
internet cannot see what's in there.
my wife's sister gets that. Movie comes out in the United States. She gets DVD or Blu-ray over there in the Philippines same day.
Now, not that I'm condoning piracy, kids, but if you're going to
So
play, be safe.
I, I got like 800 movies behind me, and then 300,000 on Prime. So I'm set. I
Wow.
think I got maybe 200 on Prime, uh, download or stream anywhere.
You want to know a kicker? When I was living in the States, I bought movies when Prime first came out digitally. And then when I moved back to Canada, I no longer had the license to play them in Canada.
That's not
Luckily,
right, man.
but that was kind of a bummer.
Where's the new world order when you need it?
I know, right? I mean, come on. Right. We speak the same language. We're basically Americans. We just don't have many guns. Come on, man. Don't take my movies.
Yeah, they get transfer some fiber optic from the New York side.
Uh, so what's going on? Who's watching? Let's see. How many watching?
This is like 3 watching.
3 watching. Oh my God. It's the most popular stream on YouTube. PewDiePie. Watch it, buddy. I'm coming for you.
I think it's people going to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Monday morning.
Like I'm retired, so I don't know what that word is anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess semi-retired. I do my drone work and stuff, but otherwise I'm mostly medically retired these days.
Yeah, it happened to me 10 years ago. Woke up different. Engineer. I was in charge of Stealth Bomber Project, all these different government things, and had 2 of my own companies in a cabinet shop. And I woke up empty, like, whoa, I have a past, but the future, I can't learn different things too much.
What happened? An accident or something?
Lost air in my sleep, conked out, I guess. I already died once. I don't know what happened. I just woke up with, see, I get like emotional feelings, like I got like 17 deaths, 7 tornadoes, 1 volcano. I tell people get out, and that went away that day. Poof. Like what? I'm empty. Like I didn't get information, like I'm empty. This is what normal people are. I couldn't cope with it. It took me like quite a few weeks. Like it's just empty. Like silence. It's just silence, and I can't remember. I could log if you ask me anything anywhere. I would remember back to age 3. Sporadic after that. I mean everything. Page numbers, phone numbers, people, places, rooms. Everything's just like access. And when I woke up, it was gone. And like, whoa. And it's just like, I called an ambulance, and I told the police to take a step back. Why is the police here when I call an ambulance? I'm disoriented. That's why I like take a step back before I disarm every one of you. As you think I'm joking, but I'll disarm all of you, and I won't know what's going to happen to you because I don't know you. I didn't call you, and my brain is rejecting you. So they took 2 steps back, and I calmed down. They examined me and went through a mental health thing and everything. Got cleared. It's like I just couldn't cope with silence. Like was deafening. Just nothing. I got no information. It's like as the first time. I like. Yeah, stealth was cool. I got. They hit me hard with 2 times with the whatever rifle they had. I was in walking in restricted areas. I don't know I was. And they pop out of the ground on this little elevator. It's just flat ground. They come out like Star Trek or whatever. Bam! Do not go further. We have authorized to use deadly force. And I said, I hope I didn't hurt your rifle because I was King Kong. I had like 15, 17-inch guns. And then I could lift 180 pounds with one arm back then. And so I just want an autograph from Colonel Miller, the space shuttle pilot. And he said, repeats his authorized. I said, okay, sorry, I'll back off. And there was another time a guy was with me. He crossed this white line. It's the middle of nowhere. Don't cross this white line. That's what we're told. So I'm going the long way. He takes the short way. Again, these people, where they come from, out of the ground, and they tackle him. And I never saw him again. They said, proceed. I said, yes, sir. A lot of crazy stuff there. A lot of our own, you won't believe me, our own freaking UFO. I thought it was a parade float in the hangar. And the guy says, no, it goes 25,000 miles per hour. It replaces the old one, which went 18,000 miles per hour. So I'm like over my head. I'm like 19 in charge. I just know I have a brilliant brain that knows a lot of stuff, not very wisdom or people oriented, but I know a lot of things. So I'm like in shock, like, can I touch it? Then I touch this thing. It's like, well, it's like, and then I get out of there because it's a restricted area.
Hmm.
I was walking around.
Well, you think how long they kept the stealth bomber and the stealth fighter, a secret project. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of things that are being developed that we don't know about. Obviously, right?
Worked on the munitions igloo and the corrosion building where they put them in there and they scrub them.
Mm-hmm.
Did inspections for that, for the structure, and corrosion control, munitions building, and nuclear igloos. And that's where I learned they ground the warheads as you walk through there. They ground them. They keep grounding them. Otherwise, they activate. I said, well, okay, keep grounding them. And then I was surrounded. I was eating lunch at a stop sign, and my dad was military for 30 years. And I heard a whoop, 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 and I was just joking, but it felt like there's a helicopter coming over the trees after us. It's so close, it's below the ground. That guy says you're full of whatever, bad words, and then and all of a sudden this thing pops up like a Comanche or Apache with rockets and has that 30 millimeter gun and the bug eyes, and he's on us. I'm in shock, and my sandwich is like this, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden the guy goes, hits the window, pap, 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 do not move, authorized use of deadly force. Then we're surrounded, and then convoy of black Broncos, regular like old Broncos, like olive green. You haven't seen those for like 1977. They're coming, and a few Hueys come, and more look like a Cobra, and then semi trucks. And I come to find out later that they were moving a warhead around, and I thought these had doors on the side. The semis had doors they open up, forklifted out or something. No, those doors go over the hole. I watched them. The doors come down over the hole because I'm just like a short distance from a silo. It comes over the hole and they lower it down in the center.
Wow.
Oh wow, that was interesting.
We don't have
never worked there again. Laser tank, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, when I was 17 years old. Pulsar. The guy told me, my dad was military. Like I would sneak on restricted areas. The guy told me it was there. I was just a fat little kid, and he told me I was 16, 17, and then he goes, "It's a pulsar laser. If it was direct," I asked him why it's not like beam, and he says pulsar gives time for the smoke to clear, otherwise it's reflected. He says it was like a dome on, looked like a Bradley, wasn't really like a Abrams looking thing. It was like a cheesy, boxy, like a Abrams personnel carrier looking thing with this dome on it, and like it lifts up. It's like a crack all the way around, and this thing is like a beam, like a bluish white beam comes out of there.
Well, they've got the first laser on a destroyer now. They're testing it as so this is real stuff now.
My information. My dad worked for. He buys the $600 toilet seat, $6 for the seat. Rest goes to Black Ops. Wow. He told me by 1985 they were all equipped with lasers, and it's just like I look at his paperwork. He leaves the room. It says top secret and all kinds of crap, and then I bug out of there before he comes back. I'm very. It's really crazy stuff, like the flying platform. There's no wings. These two men platform, and it flies.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. Well, you think what we got now? We've got basically large drones that people can fly on, right? So the military's been working on that kind of stuff for about 60 years, because back in World War II, I've seen old basically flying platforms. Now they were they were very unstable. They were tethered to the ground with a cable, so they didn't take off. But I mean, they've been working on this stuff for a very long time. Yeah, you're right, Big Fish. I mean, a lot of stuff came from Germany, right? They had a huge influx of scientists after the Nazis fell.
It's just very strange. I'm stuck back in the 80s and 90s. That's when I lost, my abilities. All people I used to know, they're gone now. Like information wise, But
Yeah.
my dad passed in 2006, so I don't get no information like he would say. He would tell me about underground facilities in every state, 65-story underground facilities. They're prisons for civil unrest. And then he would fly the Black Ops unmarked helicopters, deliver unmarked crates, then fly back out.
Hmm.
And that was weird. But he don't say nothing. I don't know nothing until he dies. He says it mentions this and that. I look at his paperwork, and he's near death. He has cancer. He spills the beans on a few things, and then he passes away. So it was like, get first jet me 262.
Yeah, the Messerschmitt.
Uh,
There was I was on a live stream the other day with Remote Pilots Australia, Ari, and he was showing pictures of the ME 262 and a bunch of others from the museum there. One of the museums in, I think is he in Adelaide? I forget the city anyway.
all I know is what I've seen, what I've heard through some are rumors, some are real. It says um, Mercury at a high RPM, circular, and a magnetic field generates lift. And I've seen some schematics, and I've seen stuff in Whiteman's, and I've seen some things on my dad's before he passed, and a lot of weird stuff. He was U.S. Army Air Force, if that makes any sense. That's what it was. And then, so he was in there like 30 years, and then he had clearance 6. There's many clearances, but he had clearance 6 or 7 or something, whatever that means. And then,
yeah, well, planes were part of the Army. Well, they still are, right? You still have pilots in the Army,
right.
helicopters and airplanes and stuff like that.
It was just strange. The stuff I know, I don't hardly believe, but it's supposed to be real. I never seen all of this.
So I never flew jets, but I used to fly powered paragliders. Basically, it's a paraglider, like a very large parachute wing,
Okay.
and you've got essentially it's something the size of a lawnmower engine with a propeller on your back. Yeah, you turn around. Yeah, it is actually, because it's got 5 gallons of gas back there, so it's somewhere around 70 pounds. Give it a little juice, and away you go.
How many hours do you stay up, or minutes, or?
You can be up there quite a long time. Top speed something like 30 miles an hour. You can probably be up there for a few hours. I never stayed up there that long, but
does it get cold? Do you get that high, or just stay low?
Well, it depends on the altitude, right? You lose about 5 degrees per 1,000 feet vertically Fahrenheit. So the nice thing is, if it's 100 degrees on the ground on a summer day and you go up, let's say 4,000 feet, it should be something like 80 degrees, right? So
nice.
It's nice and cool by comparison. Yeah, anyway. No jets, but
Interesting.
Yeah, that's flying over the Virginia hills.
Okay.
But eventually I got too old and had a few bad landings, and I decided that it was time for me to sell the machine and come back to Earth.
Rumble and tumble.
Yeah. But now I got the drone. So
Never broke bones like fish, did you?
No, I never did. I had a couple of bad landings where I fell. One where it was very windy and I got caught and dragged along a runway one time, and
that's bad.
Yeah, it was a little bit nasty, but never broke a leg or anything like that. So it was just one of those cases where it was starting to become a little more scary every time I landed, and I thought, time to stop, and I did. So
yeah, pushing your luck.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I bet you got a lot of those in PEI. That'd be a beautiful place to paraglide too, just along those beaches. I was droning along the beaches in Nova Scotia just this past fall, Big Fish. Actually, just across the Northumberland Straits. I was actually looking at PEI.
I'm lost a little bit. PEI or
Prince Edward Island. PEI is the acronym for it.
It took me a while with CDO, Triandero, and Philippines. So that was like, so I got PDI now.
Yep.
is there like a fish market there close by, or do you get fresh fish?
Oh, all over the place. Yeah. There's different wharfs around the island, and when the fishermen come in, you can buy them right off there. Um, Sometimes, though, these days, most of their catch is spoken for. The Chinese are buying up a lot of the fish there,
Oh, dang.
so it's getting harder and more expensive to buy off the docks and wharfs there. Big Fish would know more because he's right there now. I haven't been there in years.
Not only lobster, he sells fish too.
Oh, yeah, well, there's good. Also, one of the nice things about Prince Edward Island is just going out and being able to dig up clams and scallops and
Wow,
all kinds of seafood. You just go
that's
out
all
and
new to
pick
me.
it up.
My wife would scratch the TV to get to it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here with the weather. I'm wondering if I can get outside to drone today or not. I don't know.
I gotta do repair work on my truck. I'm operating on one shock in the back. I got plenty of lift on the other one, but there's no bolts to hold it down. I've been towing a trailer like a cargo turned into a camper, and I got some helper springs and new U bolts, and um, you got to take care of that shock. Put a new
Yeah.
controller in for the AC. I had a couple of vent doors not working. Put that baby in. She's up and running, so I don't have to tear the dash apart. Uh, so this month's budget was all truck, 155, 200. He goes
Oh,
on, so it's all the money's used up for the truck before the summer comes. So she's uh, haul trailers and things.
yeah. Well, that's good. I gotta have it running.
It's a it's a
Oh, yeah.
97, but it's like over $18,000 worth of parts put into it. A total of 30,000 some odd dollars. Not my money. I don't have that kind of money. I broke down in Oklahoma, and one thing, like a lot of help. I was stranded almost 4 months for that truck is up and running. New engine, new gas tank, new fuel lines, new brake lines, master cylinder, rotors, everything, tank and everything. So
Yep. Yeah, vehicles are expensive these days. I remember buying a new truck when I was 16, $10,000, brand new pickup truck.
yeah,
Now, what would you pay? 40, maybe?
yeah, that's it. That's sick. Big Fish says, "What do you recommend for drone 400 $400?"
DJI Spark, 1,000%. No other drone like it. It's actually
DJI
a really
Spark.
good camera drone.
Did you just do a video on that?
No, I didn't. No, I
Someone
didn't.
did. Someone just did one. A drone. I was watching a drone video. It said DJI something. Yours is
Well,
Spark.
DJI makes a huge line of drones. Yeah, the Spark is one of them. And
Okay.
actually, Big Fish, they're actually 500 Canadian or 550. So that might be a little over your budget, but I can't recommend it enough. It's just such a good drone. It's like if you imagine a toy car that those kids pedal around the yard, those little plastic ones. Okay, so picture that in your mind. That's a car. Then go buy yourself a Mercedes. That's what the Spark is like compared to most other entry level drones. It's a real drone. Like really, you can fly this thing 2 kilometers away. You can fly 4,000 meters up in the air. Not that you're allowed to, but you can. I mean, it's just mind blowing the capabilities of this thing.
What's the minutes? Is it hours or minutes or?
I think you get about 15 minutes of flight time, so it's not huge,
Right.
but it's plenty to get up there and take your pictures and take your videos and do what you need to do.
Is there any way to hook like a little? I don't know. Anything that spins can generate extra power in my world. Like electric cars, put some generators on the wheels. Propellers, put some kind of
Oh, yeah,
regeneration
lots of
or
hours.
solar or something.
It'll fly 30 miles an hour, which is pretty quick. So,
I can almost run that fast, Joe.
yeah, I wish I could.
If a bear's chasing me, I can run 40. That's good for 501s.
What's that? Hubson good to 501s? What does that mean? You talking about the Hubson drones?
Hey, big fish, you take too many of your pills for pain.
Okay, there's a Hubsan 501S drone. I got it. Let's see.
Okay. Upset. It's all new to me.
Yeah, so my recommendation would be not to buy the Hubsan, but to scrape up a few more pennies and buy the Spark. It's so much better. It's more stable. The quality of the camera is better. I don't think the Hubsan has a gimbal, does it? You may be able to position the camera, but yeah, there's not. You can't even position the camera on the 501S. The Spark's got a proper two-axis stabilized gimbal, as well as in-camera stabilization. So the video and pictures you get are really amazing. I've actually sold some of the video from my Spark. Now, unfortunately, I broke the Spark and I'm using a Mavic Air now. But when I had the Spark, I mean, I was very happy with it.
Ouch. Finger broke.
Like DJI, they had a huge leap in technology, so they're really like a head and shoulders above most of the other competition right now. There are definitely still some contenders out there, but really they're kind of like the iPhone was 10 years ago, right? It was just like nothing. There was nothing out there like it.
There was the YouTube suggestions. They had maybe a month or two ago. This guy in Hawaii, he rigged up some antenna on there's a white, quad thing, and it's pretty big. He flies 7 miles one way with this.
Probably a Phantom, yeah.
It's a connection, some internet connection. He flies to another island and flies around.
Oh, are you talking about Dustin Dunhill?
I don't remember the name. It was pretty fantastic. He lands in a field like a ball field, or
yeah, that's probably Dustin Dunhill you're talking about. Yeah, he's a great reviewer. Hey, Lena Music, what's up? How you doing, girl? Likewise, I hope you have a great day and week. It's Monday, right?
Happy Mother's Day and one day.
Yeah, I really like Dustin Dunhill's reviews. Yeah, he reviews a lot. I mean, he gets a lot of drones for free at his level, which is nice. But he also buys a lot out of his own pocket as well.
Did you ever see another one? I saw like it was off the East Coast, and someone's taking a drone, and everybody's swimming there. It was like a couple years ago, and just past the sandbar, it was like 17 sharks just swimming around.
Yeah,
like no more than 100 yards from the swimmers. It was pretty like wow. They're not bothering them or nothing, just hanging out.
Yeah, you see, now that I know that sharks are in the water like that, because I've seen pictures like that from aircraft, I can't swim in the ocean and be comfortable. I can't relax. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for a shark to come and take me. Like,
yeah, I'm a wuss. I don't go in the ocean after seeing Jaws.
yeah, well, and in fairness, okay, so we moved to Virginia in 2000, and the next year we decided to go to the Outer Banks, and I think there were 3 people within a week killed by sharks on the stretch of beach we were on, within 20 miles of us, like just up the beach. Wow. Now, there were some, factors that were kind of obvious. They were swimming at dusk and dawn, both of which are feeding times for sharks, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you avoid those particular times, you're less likely to be attacked by a shark. But anyway, that was 3 people killed close to us on a beach. And I mean, so after that, I never swam in the ocean again. I'll dip my legs in and kind of wade around, but I won't go in, and I just can't be comfortable anymore. And I know it's like a 1 in a million thing, but still.
I hear you. Then I want to go on zip lines in the Philippines because they're like super long and stuff.
Yeah.
And my wife told me that, someone died last week on a zip line. I'm thinking, USA inspections and standards, and the cables are checked, but it's over the ocean rusting. And by the time I get there, at my 260 pounds, I'm gonna put some tensile strength. She's gonna snap. So that's a good point, hon. I won't push it because I wanted her to go on the zip line with me.
Now, you know what though? I don't think those zip lines are meant for big boys like you and I. They're meant for pretty small Filipinos. So I don't know if I'd trust my fat ass on that one.
Big fish caught a great white in Alberton, 3 tons, 22 feet. Holy smokes! What'd you
That's
catch it
something
with?
else I learned this year, or I learned last year, was that great whites actually hang around Prince Edward Island. I had no friggin' idea. But then I was flying my drone and we started to see gray seals. And I'm thinking,
Oh,
what do sharks like to eat?
lunch.
Seals. So where there are seals, there might be sharks.
I like South Africa or Australia
Yeah.
or Gulf of Mexico, and not that far north.
Now, nobody in Canada has ever been killed by a shark in history, as far as I know. Not one. So I think we're all right, but still.
Uh, it's limited to polar bears only.
Oh, they definitely kill people. Yeah, they're pretty. They're the apex predator in North America.
They're pretty huge. At least at the zoo, it's
They
like a
they're pretty damn huge.
paw is like huge.
They're one of only two or three animals in the world that will actively hunt a man. So up north in Canada, it's law when you get up, above a certain latitude that you have to carry a rifle if you're out on the tundra or the bush because
Oh,
the polar bears are out there and they will friggin' hunt you because you're a juicy meal, right?
yeah.
Especially now with the ice flows thinning up there, they're having a much harder time finding seals and other food. So they're coming closer to towns and they're getting a lot bolder.
Yeah, well, in a couple months, I got a 308 coming. Mossberg MVP Thunder Ranch discontinued last year as a uh, 18 and a half inch barrel. So it's good, easy out to 300 yards. Uh, and then I don't, as YouTube, so I don't want to, I got a 9mm I just got a green laser gun show last week. And all this is not possible because I fought for my medical. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't qualify, they give me
Yeah.
they yell at me even. I still fill out the papers. I qualify. They give me a rebate of $942 of medical that the county's
Mm-hmm.
paying. They just didn't want to pay. So I did my taxes. Half my check would go to the government for 30 years. So
Yep. It's nice to get your services back after paying for them.
yeah,
All those years.
I earned this. Like I already had many companies, and then it's like huge money going into. I didn't care because I work. I was a workaholic, like I work all the time. But now when this happened, I wish I would have known about. I'd rather be poor and have my enjoyment than rich and always busy at meetings or writing reports. You just lose out in life.
Yeah, I miss the old days sometimes, though. I worked in the corporate sector for 20 years, and it was good. I enjoyed it. But life is definitely slower now, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It was because I was the owner. I didn't have nobody writing me or nothing.
Well,
It
that's
was just
good.
easy. I like one contractor. I'm gonna call your boss. I give him the phone number, and then my phone rings in my pocket. Hello. Oh, just a second. My boss says you're an a-hole.
Well, that's not very nice.
He's trying to say I'm not doing a good job. And
Yeah.
I said I'm the owner. I said I am doing a good job. I said you just don't. Then he just says I said now you got to pay me cash. Go to the ATM and get out $550, and we can talk. And that's how much it costs for me to show up. 550. Hello, how
Wow.
are you? That's 550.
Wow.
What do you need? Then more is added on to what they need.
Yeah.
So that was pretty hilarious. I love that. I love that when because I always had issues with contractors lying, cheating, going under the radar, and very scrupulous things going on. There's a lot of corruption.
Yeah.
And when I became owner, I lose out a lot of money, but I'm honest, and it's very hard. I make maybe 50, 70,000 while others make millions. That was not my goal. My goal was to help the contractor who's trapped by the system. It's a lot of useless things they have to do. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars that they do not need to spend.
Hmm.
So I got a lot of phone calls. Uh, it's just my word of mouth. I didn't advertise. So
What was your business? Like, what did you do?
it was Minnesota Testing Labs. I do inspections, quality control,
Okay.
concrete design, asphalt, soils. That's where my brain was. Most people are one
Very
area. I'm 5 areas: structural steel, concrete, asphalt, grading and base, and masonry, and then many more in between.
So, like,
And
were you a civil engineer or something?
yeah, I was a dishwasher to civil engineer. I went free college in Oklahoma State University because they call it SMART. It's just memory. I'm not smart because I don't know how to use all that. It's just memory. So I had a scholarship there and free ride, but they teach you all these things that don't apply, and they're in the field. So I came from hard knocks all the way up with my college background and my experience. I'm deemed as senior chief engineering, blah blah blah. Goes on, big long title. Can't even remember all the words, but yeah, I was in charge of many projects and bridges and
Good for you.
government things. And I was young. I was like in my upper 20s, mid 20s, and
Yeah,
it's like,
back in the day, I remember those
yeah,
days too.
yeah, I was like a commodity. Um, got fired a few times. I always had money in the bank because I didn't. They have a client that pays them $150 million a year, and there's nothing ever wrong on their job sites. And when I show up, there's some things wrong.
Uh-oh.
And like, oh, you can't report it. But I report it. If you order me not to report it, I'll write it down that you told me not to report it. I'm good. I cannot bust my integrity on money.
Yeah,
And
it's
that
not
was
worth
it.
it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't want to be caught up in a court situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Stealth Bomber Part, they called me 5 years later. There's something wrong with the hangars and stuff. I said, let me guess. They're hydraulically lifted by the soil. How did you know? Because I told them at age 19 and 20,
Yeah.
don't do it. Don't do it. So I said, go back in the trailer. You'll see all the shelves. The last shelf is shallow. It's about 8 inches, and the rest are 12 inches. And take off those screws. You'll see the plans, all the signatures, all the soil samples, everything. As you call me again, it's to cost you $15,000. And then I never heard from him again because I keep many years. I keep track of all this because I know what's going on. They'll come back and say, Ken Sandy fudged this, or he wasn't doing his job. I got signatures and proof. This is before cell phones and video, everything.
Yeah.
So I saved my butt by saving a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, up in Canada, there's a professional code of conduct for engineers, and
Yes,
it's almost like the Hippocratic Oath for doctors.
right.
In that you are not supposed to ever falsify results or approve of an engineering design where you think there's any kind of safety issue, or where people might be harmed, or whatever. But
Yeah.
integrity is basically built into the oath of engineers, or professional engineers in Canada is what they're called.
Here in Minnesota, when the bridge collapsed, 35 Bridge in Minneapolis, the plans disappeared. All the stuff
Oh
disappeared.
wow. Oh
It
wow.
didn't know. I talked to the people on the bridge. The bridge makes noises and movement. He
Yeah.
said that day they had holes cut in and they had gravel on the bridge. Whatever they're using gravel for, I don't understand. But then rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
The bridge was silent. It seized, silent, and it just did movement, and it's overloaded and just went down. And then it was just
Did you ever
unreal.
see the video? There was a bridge built, I think it was in the 40s in Washington State, and the bridge basically just starts to oscillate. Like
Yeah, harmonic. From
it's
the
the heart
wind. Yeah,
attack, harmonic
I remember
resonance.
that.
Oh my God. I mean, that's powerful stuff, right? That thing just friggin' blew apart.
I worry about those ones. You ever see the bridges with those like fingers or like spider web coming down from
Yep. Yeah, the suspension
down?
bridges.
I worry about the vibration and the connection because continuous vibration,
Yeah.
the wind. What they had a bridge here. This is my thinking all the time. Had a bridge here. It was just a pedestrian like that, and lo and behold, my thinking came true. They had to replace all those connections.
Yeah.
It was there.
Well,
It is
thankfully
the
they're
art
learning.
technique to hold it up.
And the nice thing is, with the computing power we have nowadays, the
Yeah,
CAD programs are able to really accurately simulate things like wind load and other things, so that no more bridges have those harmonic resonance issues where you have them literally vibrating apart, which is cool on a video. But cripes, I'm glad I wasn't on that bridge that day.
I hate to interrupt you. Hadley's famous FPV.
Yep.
Good morning, Asgard.
I said good morning to him already. Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry. I was blah 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 maybe.
Now he's a supreme FPV flyer. That guy knows his stuff.
All I can imagine is a fleet of 500 drones going through to a target. Release all kamikaze. You know what I mean?
Hadley be flying upside down and sideways and coming in left and right.
You got to put Hadley on one of the Star Wars shows. Get one of those models going around through the buildings and everything.
Good morning, JDS. Good morning, Mr. Crowley. What's up, guys? Just doing a quick test, seeing how things are working. Ken is my first guest on a live stream. I've never done this before.
I'm a guinea pig. Oink oink.
Yep. Now I've done a solo live streams, a couple of those, but never done anything with a guest before. So.
Well, how did it work? How did you find out to add somebody, like a link?
Well, when you actually start the live stream from your YouTube page, you've got an extra control up at the top of the Google Hangouts. So instead of the microphone and the camera icon, you've also got a little icon that says invite people. Oh. And you click that and it generates a link, and then you can share the link and stuff like that. So yeah, it was easier than I thought. It really was.
Yeah, I was scared to try it because I don't know what's going on.
Well, I was too. I was hesitant, and that's why I figured I'd try it early in the morning when there's not too many people on, so that if I F up epically, it won't be too embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Oh, Brent Ariels, I know him.
Gary, what's up, brother?
What's up to that guy?
That's senior pilot Gary. Sorry. He's just doing his senior pilot certification in Canada, so I keep teasing him because I'm only a basic pilot. But Gary's a senior advanced pilot now, so. Yep. Yeah, so not too much going on today. It's Monday, right? So what are you gonna do? You guys going out flying today? We get some rain coming here, so I'm not sure what's going on. And you guys want to pop on?
Brent from?
There's a link. Come on in.
Brent near you.
I'm just staying on maximum until 9 when Roger gets on. I just thought I'd pop in before anybody else was on. Yeah, but you passed the test, Gary, already. The written test. That was the hard part.
Well, looks like my son is up. He's going to go to school. So I'll check out, and then thanks for the invite. And then,
all right, bud. Well, thanks for coming in.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, Ken. Take care, buddy.
Trying to find my way out of here. There you go.
Well, there we go. I had my first guest. It was very exciting. So what you guys up to today? Yeah, Roger is a good dude. He really is. So today I'm shopping for a new backpack. I know, exciting stuff, guys. Exciting stuff. I got that Amazon Basics DSLR backpack, but the thing's falling apart on me when I'm hiking down the trail, so I have to look for something else, I guess. All right, let's try my live stream content again, see how that works. Live stream playlist. All right, cross your fingers. Let's see if this works. I'll give you a little show, guys. Let me know if you hear video and stuff, oops, do I have to have that open? Shit. You know where Smith Falls is, Gary? Now, does that video show up as full screen for you guys? I'll have to go to the YouTube page and see. Not really. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm trying things. So you guys are going to be my guinea pigs. Don't worry, I promise. No midget porn or anything weird. But what I did do is I put together a bunch of my videos in lower res so that I could stream them while I was doing a live stream. Because I was finding if I was using full HD, I just didn't have enough bandwidth. Hey, can you guys hear my voice okay over the sound of the video? I have no idea. Now, let's see if I pump that up full screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got controls on Google that I never had before. So I'm trying these things, guys. Oh, present to everyone? Oh, share via email? No. Cameraman, what does that do? Uh-oh. Guest. Yes. Yeah, now let's see if that worked. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's more or less live screen, or a full screen rather, but it's in the center. Oh, it's still got the control bar. All right. Very strange. Oh, well. So you guys out flying today, or what's happening? The JDS dude's always flying something, isn't he? Yeah, raining here today too, Gary. But I may try to get out anyway. May try to sneak out in between rain showers and see if I can fly. I haven't been doing enough flying lately. It was funny, the other day we were on a live stream with Philly and Claude and somebody else, and we were showing each other our DJI Go 4 apps with all the flight log stuff. And oh, Paul Murray was there too. So Paul and Michael were having this issue where Paul was trying to sync up all his flight logs from like multiple different iPhones and iPads and all that. Anyway, when Paul finally got everything synced up, he was a level 50 pilot, which is like the top. There seems to be some glitch. Anyway, I think Michael's only like a level 43 pilot in the DJI Go app. So anyway, we were having fun checking that out and arguing over who was flying longest and all that stuff. I'm a level 26 pilot, fellas. Booyah. Oh, nice. I haven't seen that yet, Gary. Oh, nice. You're not far behind, Gary. There we go. Lansdowne Children's Charity Center charity motorcycle ride. Dude, do you know every time I see your intro with those friggin' wires, it creeps me out big time. It's awful. I kind of feel like Ruland Tunison here streaming videos. I should have like 4 windows up, right? Is it better if the video's up a bit louder? I was just trying to make it so that I could continue talking so that you guys would hear me. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wish that would go full screen though. Try that. See what happens. Now, interestingly, I can't see the video on my iPad. Oh, it's black, is it? Shit. Okay, that's why. Well, that's a bummer. So when I go full screen with my video on my computer, it blacks out on Google. Well, that sucks. So that's something I'll have to solve. I'll have to find a way to be able to present full screen videos. Huh. Yeah, there's a great place to fly your drone, Gary. Up near Umpa, up in the Ontario Highlands. Oh man, it's a beautiful place up there. All Class G airspace. Oh, wide open, man. I just love flying over those lakes, you know? Yeah, that was last summer. That's the kind of water you can drink right out of the lake. There's Blakeney Rapids. That's one of my favorite spots. Probably go there about 10 times a year. All right, Gary, bust out those dance moves, man. I'm not sure which lake you're referring to, Gary. All the lakes are on the Ottawa Valley. There may have been some footage from Nova Scotia there momentarily over the ocean. But if you saw a lake, it was all Ottawa Valley. But last fall, I did some filming around the North Shore and South Shore of Nova Scotia. Okay. And that's the end of my video. Well, there we go. There, and while you were watching my video, I was watching your video, Gary. Yeah, it was probably the Atlantic Ocean, or more technically, the Northumberland Strait in between the Atlantic and Prince Edward Island. Oh, with the big water and waves, that was the Atlantic coast off southern Nova Scotia. Yeah, the blue water and stuff. Yep. That was off Peggy's Cove, if you've ever heard of that. Pretty famous landmark. Hey, you're welcome to come and hang out for a few minutes, Gary. I'm not staying on past 9 o'clock, but so that fella Ken, let's see, what's his name? Ken Active Kindness. He was my inaugural guest on my live stream. That was cool. Finally did it. Oh, how was your hand riding? Were you okay after your recovery there? Yeah, actually, I think I've got a. Let's see if I can find that video. 2018 ups locations. Bogey. Okay, here we go. Just looking for a video here. If I can find it. Okay, maybe I'm back. There we go, Gary. All right. Now, Thomas, I know you're not a big live stream fan, but if you feel like coming on, there's a link. You're welcome to pop in, brother. I'm only going to be on for a few minutes until Canadian Drone Hub starts up here. So I've learned a few things today. How not to accidentally delete the window with the the Hangouts in it. Anyway, what a mess today. But that was the whole point today. The point was just to try this and test it out and see what works and what doesn't work. What I was trying to find was a motorcycle video I did. I wanted to show Gary, but I couldn't find it. Well, here's a clip, Gary. I don't know if you're still around. I'll play it up here. I had made a video out of this clip. No, I don't think I plan on a weekly show, Thomas. I really hate scheduling things. I like to just do things when I feel like doing them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. For me, scheduling stuff is like just miserable. Anyway, Gary, if you're still on, here's the motorcycles I filmed last summer in Calabogie. What I did was I actually had a second camera down on the ground, so when they passed me, I got the view of them like way down low, and I mixed it all up into a short video. But I kind of waited on that highway near Calabogie just so that I could see sports cars and motorcycles coming up this windy highway. Yeah. Now, I thought I had. Well, it's too bad I can't find that video. Although, let's see. Instagram. Ontario drones. Oh. I think I may have solved this problem. Let's see here. Hey, good morning, Chris. Nothing too exciting going on here, brother. Just playing around, testing my first live stream. All right, where's that motorcycle video? Dang it, I'll have to go back a little further, I guess. Nope. What you up to this morning, Chris? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's see if I can share this. Gary's probably not even here anymore, but oh, he's there. Okay, maybe he'll see this.
There we go.
Gary, what's up, buddy?
Oh, I just got out of bed.
You are my second guest on my inaugural Google Hangout stream.
I always aim to be number 2.
Okay, here is, let's see this little masterpiece, if I can share this now. Application window, boom, boom. Okay. There's my big Steven Spielberg production. 2 camera angles. That's literally one of the first videos I ever made. And all the videos I originally did were all like really, really short, like, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, just stuff to like, just kind of test the waters and, see how to do all this stuff.
You were doing teasers.
Yeah, basically. Essentially what I was doing was just advertising my drone photography, right? With little videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm brutal at editing. If I get 20 minutes of good drone shots, it's usually 2 or 3 minutes that makes the final cut.
Oh, that's normal though. Yeah, for sure.
Anything that moves, if there's a jerk movement or if I'm looking for something that gets cut,
Yeah.
And generally nothing more than 6 seconds. Now, the motorcycle video I did was long shots because it was just going right down a line,
Yeah.
down a line of bikes, and you wanted to get from the beginning to the end, and you couldn't speed it up because there's people walking, and they'd be looking like they were just, zooming through. So,
yep.
It was.
So did you have to go through a big SFOC process or anything like that?
No. What I did was I spoke with the organizers and told them about it. And I said, is it okay if I fly over? And has everybody signed a waiver? And everybody participating had signed a waiver. So they said, yeah, you're good to fly. No problem.
Cool. So, now, after June, that won't be the case.
No.
Because it's an advertised event, right?
Yeah. And you'll have to be 100 feet away.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Although if they have signed a waiver, then maybe they're participants in the shoot.
Well, you can still do an SFOC to fly over crowds. It's just after June 1st, nothing that's been advertised can be done with the advanced license unless you go and actually do the SFOC again, which is a pain in the ass. I mean, if you've ever tried one, it's awful.
Now, what do they consider an advertised event? Something that's announced on Facebook? Something that's...
Well, it's a pretty broad definition, right? But basically, the essential thing is anything that's advertised where there are going to be crowds of people, they want you to have to apply for an SFOC for it.
Yeah. Now, I do another ride that usually gets about 20 motorcycles.
Yeah.
So, is that an advertised event? If it is, it's poorly advertised.
I don't know. I don't write the laws.
I know. And I don't think you're going to see really broad enforcement.
Well, it's the RCMP, right?
Or the OPP or the local police.
Well, I thought the RCMP and Transport Canada were the two authorities charged with enforcing it.
Well, any law enforcement agency can enforce Canadian law.
I don't know about that. Now, I know police can ask you for your credentials and whatnot. Yeah. But I mean, I guess I'm thinking more in terms of, handing you a fine or something.
Well, but here's the thing, Hugh. You and I probably
test it, but
you and I probably know more about drone law than the police do.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Plus
they're part of a drone unit or something. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not sure that the RCMP is even going to be that involved.
No. Well, they'll have to learn, I guess. But
yeah.
But the nice thing where I fly, Gary, in the Ottawa Valley and the Highlands there, it's all Class G airspace, right? There's nothing. There's no people. There's no buildings. It's just, and that's why I go up there all the time. It's just peaceful and quiet, and I never have to worry. I can pull my drone out whenever I want, fly wherever I want. Nobody ever bothers me.
Now, it's interesting. On Saturday when I was flying that motorcycle ride, I got a warning on my DJI Go 4 app that I was within close proximity to the airport and to stay under 400 feet.
Okay.
Well, I've never gone over 400 feet,
Yeah. I think
Thomas is saying hello in the chat there. What's that?
I think most people don't realize that once you're over 400 feet, things aren't that interesting anymore. You're so high up that unless you're deliberately doing a very high aerial shot,
Yeah, the one shot in there, the high shot in the motorcycle ride was at 400 feet.
Yeah.
And everybody looks like an ant.
Right. Those low
You know?
shots are great. I really like those.
Yeah,
What's up,
yeah,
Thomas?
yeah. I generally keep most of my shooting under 50 feet.
Same here. My best shots skimming over trees around 40 feet.
Yeah, yeah. Most of yeah, a lot of my stuff is below the tree line.
Oh, that's great though, right?
You know, but that's what got me in trouble in that crash. I don't know if you've seen the crash video, but
Yeah, the one where you were flying over the river.
yeah.
Yeah. But now, okay, now hold on. Now I got to ask, as a pilot, did you do a flight, a site survey?
Oh man, I must have walked 4 kilometers that day through that park. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and it was sort of fly as you go. Once I got away from that river, I figured I was in the clear.
Yeah.
And I pass a building, and I'm thinking that it's going to be a nice reveal shot of what's in front of the building, and I'm looking towards the next building to make sure I clear it. Right? I'm looking at that building on the screen. And then all of a sudden, oh, there's a wire. Boom! And I got the second one.
Yeah.
You know? But I think what I was doing was flying ahead of myself, right? Like I'm flying for the next scene, not right where I am at the moment, right?
Well, there's always a bit of lag too with the Mavic Air. I mean, it's not a lot, but I think it's just enough that can get you in trouble sometimes, maybe, right?
Yeah. The scary part was, as I hit that wire,
yeah,
in the remote, I heard a crack. And I thought,
how come?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was an electrical signal coming back, or
And nothing broke on the Mavic?
2 props.
That's not bad.
Two props. And when I found it, the front arms were folded in.
Yeah.
And one of the rear arms was halfway folded up. So
wow, you're a lucky son of a gun.
And it didn't get stuck up in the wire. That would have been the worst, you know, because it was a live wire.
Well, so one time I was flying the Spark and I was coming back across a cornfield, and I was coming back pretty quick, you know, in sport mode at about 30 miles an hour, 50 kilometers an hour. And I didn't see that there was a small power wire. It hit the power wire hard right on the frame and then started spinning across the road, landed in a juniper tree and fell down the branches. There was a crack in the frame, but otherwise totally unharmed. The Spark is like a little tank, man.
Yeah. Were you able to fly it after? Or?
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine, yeah. I picked it up, recalibrated it, and off I went flying again, yeah.
Well, I picked mine up and I looked at it and I thought, maybe I could fly this. And then I looked and one of the tips off the prop was missing. I thought, well, that'll be off balance. And I thought, well, I'll bring it home and change the prop. So I brought it home and changed the props. And then I found another prop. This one here has a split in it.
I'd dump it then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm dumping them all.
Yeah.
As a reminder of what not to do, you know.
Yeah.
The one that with the tip broken off, I've got that up on the wall.
Oh, do you keep them?
Well, and you know, I've had that Mavic Air since new, and these were the original props.
Wow.
I had never changed them. So
I'm ashamed to say I've gone through quite a few.
17 months, I think.
Wow. Good for you.
17 months without hitting anything. Now, a lot of close stuff. But.
Yeah. Thomas is just asking about lychee. Yeah, you know, Thomas, I've tried lychee. The only thing I worry about, I'm kind of paranoid that if anything happens to the drone while I'm flying it with lychee, the DJI won't honor the DJI refresh. So I think in the next 3 or 4 weeks, my DJI Care is up. And after that, I'll start experimenting a bit more with lychee. But I've definitely tried it, only so that I could actually do like a programmed waypoint mission. And actually, I think I tried it one time doing FPV with the Spark, if I recall. Yeah. Anyway, it's something I'll have to play with more when the warranty's up on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I never did refresh, so I'm on my own.
You know, I got the refresh after I killed the spark. Once the spark drowned in the lock, I was out a lot of money, and I was heartbroken, and I didn't want to wait for a new drone. So I went out the same day and bought the Mavic Air, and I decided that I really should probably get the refresh. And I've used the refresh already. I'm on my second drone.
Wow.
So I attached a couple of pontoons to do a water landing with the Mavic Air. And I did it on the lake, but as it was coming down, there was just a little bit of a wave, and it was enough to upset it. The props tried to compensate and flipped it right over into the water, and that was it. The drone was dead. I tried the bag of rice, and I did all that stuff, and it was done.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I sent it back to DJI and got a brand new one. So.
And they were okay with you trying to land it on the water with pontoons?
Well, I never mentioned the pontoons. I just said I was landing it in my boat and it fell into the water, which that was pretty much true.
Yeah, nice.
I try to be honest-ish. But no,
I'm gonna run and get a copy. I'll be right back.
All right, you do that.
I don't know where my buttons went. Oh, you're gonna see an
Give me
empty
a copy too, would you? For God's sakes, come on.
You're gonna see an empty chair because I can't get the button up to mute myself. So I'll be right back.
That's right. And I'm all alone. I see Gary's window on the stream, and it's a big black square now. So what are you up to today, Thomas? Anything exciting? Looks like Chris has got to work today. What's up, Waxfire? How you doing?
Oh, and Chris Hope is in the house. Thomas O'Sullivan. What do we got? 3 watching now?
The usual suspects, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know who else is on because usually Drone Effects with Claude is on about now too, isn't he?
Depending on, he's got to work, right? So he basically just comes on the days he's not working. And he's working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He's driving this week, so he won't be on until probably Thursday. But I was on early. I came on at, 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning.
I think you were on before I was even up.
Yeah. I was up early this morning, and I just figured I'd test this while there wasn't a lot of traffic. And so, yep. Americans and Aussies keep them up all night. That's the problem, eh? There's a lot of good live streams to attend. Not mine, but I'm talking about other people's, obviously.
Yeah, it says 7 watching now with 10 likes, so you're good.
Wow. Hey, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so today I need to shop for a new backpack. I had a video out this morning just basically complaining about the backpack that I just bought and reviewed that I was really ecstatic about and really happy about. But the damn thing opens up on the trail and kind of flops around every so often, so it's just not going to work.
So where do you shop? At a MEC, at Mac or Sale or someplace like that? Or
I like Mech, but to be honest, I do a lot of Amazon. That's my main shopping center.
Oh, okay. So you don't even have to leave home.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? I live way out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I live out in the country, so it's a good drive for me to go anywhere to shop. Mech's
You're near Smithville? Are you in Smithville or near Smithville?
Smiths Falls.
Smiths Falls.
Yeah, it used to be the old Hershey plant. Now it's the Tweed marijuana plant.
Okay, which isn't in Tweed.
It's not in Tweed, but it's called Tweed because Tweed's another town all to itself. Yeah.
Well, we used to pass through Tweed on our way to Pembroke when my son was posted at Petawawa. So
yeah,
we're quite familiar with the area.
So Thomas, basically my backpack needs to hold all this shit.
Oh.
All the stuff that's in my Pelican case. That's my drone and all my essential camera gear and lenses and stuff. And so when I want to go out hiking, and I guess I could lug around that thing. Yeah. You see where I've got mine, Gary?
Okay, what's it attached to?
That's my Mavic Air.
Okay. Now I had intended to put that on the gimbal guard.
Yeah, that would be cute, eh?
Because often I forget to take that off and take off, and I can't see anything. Hold on a second here.
Okay, let's admire my ghetto.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't that
that's
awful?
Good. No, that's good. I'd like to see the Transport Canada logo on your drone. That really makes it look official.
But now in a few weeks it's going to come off. I actually have a red cover, but I didn't put it back on until the warranty's up. Once that's up, I'll put the cover back on. Yeah, yours is so much nicer.
I just made it really small.
Yeah.
And I made 2 of them. And I stuck the other one right here on the remote.
That's a great idea.
So if somebody comes over, I can show them the screen and they see the Transport Canada logo and they go, "Oh, you know what you're doing." So yeah, it's a godsend. Now the flight review comes up on Saturday.
Good. That's exciting.
Yeah, Paul Hodges from Phantom Hodges Drone is coming down, and we're going to do that together.
Nice.
He is really nervous about it.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. Just tell him to have a few drinks. Kidding.
Oh man.
You can imagine, honest officer, I've only had 2 or 3
gallons. Well, he bought a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher to have on hand when the flight reviewer's here, so he can show them that we've got all. Yeah. I can't imagine dragging a fire extinguisher out with me into a park somewhere to shoot.
No, me neither. Like, I could see having it in my car, and that's something I need to buy as well. I've got the first aid kit, but I'll have to get the extinguisher.
Well,
fire. I'm going to keep the Pelican case, definitely. The Pelican case I put in the car, but the reason for the backpack is legitimately for, like, if I'm out hiking on a trail, which I do quite often.
My car's an XRCMP undercover car.
Oh.
And it has it's a Subaru Forester, little tiny thing. But it has an extinguisher in it. My wife's car is an Canada Border Services K9 Jeep.
Jeepers.
She's got a Jeep that used to have a dog cage. Well, it still has the dog cage in the back, and it came with a dead fire extinguisher. So,
do you guys play dress up at home and like put on the uniforms and then get in your cars? And
well, my wife is retired from Canada Border Services. So.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Now, when we bought the thing, we didn't know anything about the dog that had been in it. But when we were cleaning it up, we found a business card underneath the seat.
Yeah.
The dog's business card.
There's an important canine, right?
Well, he was a dog that was he was sort of the face of Canada Border Services at Pearson Airport. He wasn't a drug dog. He was a currency sniffer dog.
No shit.
Yeah, he could find money. He could find money and official type documents in luggage.
That's a birth certificate.
Well, apparently
800.
He retired after he had found over $6 million in smuggled currency.
Damn, he earned his keep, didn't he? Eh?
He certainly did. you know. But it's an interesting vehicle because they strip everything out of the back seat and put this cage in.
Yeah.
Right. And they strip everything off the doors and cover them with metal. So there's no way to get out of the back. There's no door handles. There's nothing. Wow. You can't get out of there. There's no window switches or anything in the back. Yikes. So you put somebody in the back, they're not going.
So actually, that would be the perfect vehicle for a budding serial killer, wouldn't it? Eh?
Oh yeah.
Throw your victims back there. Oh.
Want some candy, kid?
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's interesting, and people see it on the road and they go, "Oh, cops."
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, because like you see it from the front, and all you see behind the seat is this big cage, right? And bars.
Hey, good morning, Organized Confusion. What's up? I'm only going to be on for another like 5 minutes, and then Roger, Canadian Drone Hub's kicking off at 9 o'clock. So just an FYI to everybody. But I really appreciate you guys popping in. This is nice. We got some people here now. It's cool.
We got 8 watching now.
Yeah. Just before I have to go off.
And 11 likes.
You guys need to get up earlier. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Now you've got the like and the dislike buttons there. You've got no dislikes, of course, but I found on my videos I've disabled the like dislike counter.
Yeah.
It's part of that creators protest to stop cyberbullying. They're polling, or they're trying to get YouTube to disable the dislike button.
But you know, I honestly think the dislike button has a legitimate purpose, and it's for the viewers. It's so that the viewers get less of what they don't like in their feed. It's a perfect tool. It's just creators can't take it like it's a mark against them. It's just somebody's preference, right? It's like a person saying, I don't like chocolate ice cream, I only eat vanilla. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the person doesn't like chocolate or doesn't like vanilla, you know?
I think the problem is that it's misused.
You're right. And anything can be, but we can't, I don't know. I don't know if taking it away is the best idea, to be honest.
Well, I still see it. Right?
Yeah.
Like I still see it in my analytics.
Right.
So I can tell.
I just think it's good from a psychological perspective so that people don't see the number of dislikes or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So the tool is still there. It's just the numbers aren't there to bother people. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You know.
See you later, Chris. Have a good day, buddy.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem that some creators have is that it's so anonymous. You can leave a dislike and not tell anybody who you are or what you don't like about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like your ice cream. Well, no, it's the chocolate banana that I don't like, but
yeah,
I've just made a blanket statement and hidden behind my screen that I don't like you.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of internet muscle, right?
Yeah.
That's what annoys me sometimes because I'm a big guy, I'm a black belt, I'm heavily tattooed. Nobody comes up to me on the street and insults me or gives me thumbs down. I'm not some kind of super tough guy, but I'm just saying I'm not the kind of guy people go up to and disrespect. And so, when I see it on the internet, I just go, "Come on over, buddy."
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think that's part of the inner strength that you have to have. Don't let it get you down.
I'm not too worried about it. And I don't put stuff up that's controversial anyway. I make stuff like music videos and the occasional product review. I mean, I'm not a controversial channel, nor do I ever intend to be.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be pushing limits or anything like that.
No, me neither.
No. To me, this is an art form and an outlet, right?
Yeah. Well, or you can look at it another way. It's a place to store your media. If somebody watches it, fine. I've got videos up that are private that you can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that too, actually. I did one where the video where I sunk my spark because I didn't want my wife to see it. She doesn't know I killed the spark. That was last year.
Mm.
But she's always after me, you know, be safe with your drone. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything dangerous. You'll crash it. And then, like, you know, the first 6 weeks I had the drone, I crashed it. So I just never told her about it. But I really wanted to show the Canadian Drone Hub the video of when I crashed it. So I made the video, put it private, and then just shared the link with those guys one day just to show them.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Now I'm starting to get into, I don't know, have you used any of the automated flight modes, the follow me or that kind of stuff?
A little bit, but not nearly as much as I think I'd like to. I think I'm going to play a lot more with them this summer.
Yeah, Paul Hodges and I tried some out here in the field, and yeah, they're some of them aren't bad. I've never used
Orbit
it.
and stuff I think might be useful.
Yeah, the Orbit, I don't know. I don't like that. I've used it and I didn't care for it. I prefer to fly those orbits manually.
Well, that's the thing I do too. I fly them manually because you get a nice circle. But I think maybe if I learn how to set it up right in the system, it might give me the good, you know, the results I'm looking for.
Yeah. I've never been able to work that quite that well. I tried to follow me and had Paul running around in the field here like an idiot. And it was like you're chasing a prisoner.
Yeah. Oh, so I did it one time this winter. I was on a four-wheeler out of my neighbor's field, and I was driving the four-wheeler, and I had it follow me. And it lost me at one point in the field, and so I had to go back and, you know, reconnect and have the drone find me. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop there because it's time for the Canadian Drone Hub.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
On there.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Gary.
Okay.
See you guys.
See ya, JDS and Organized Confuser and Thomas O'Sullivan and whoever else that I missed. Waxfire, if he's still there.
Hasta luego, amigos.
Yep. Have a good one.